fight tournament we did the other weekend. So just being stuck in the bottom of side control, right? Stinks, it's hard to get out, especially when both your shoulders are flat on the mat. So tonight we're going to talk about 2 ways to get up, kind of unconventional ways for most, because a lot of times when you escape from side control, people think of shrimping out, people think of bridging. Well, and sometimes they think of rolling. Well, we're going to do none of those 3. We're actually going to work on sitting up, which is kind of contrary to what a lot of people will teach. Okay? Can I have a partner? Somebody to work these escapes with? Somebody? Thank you, Chris. Chris looks ready. Okay. So, okay. So, Chris is now in side control here. He hasn't got his side control completely solid on me here. I still have my frame here. I'm still keeping some of the pressure off my head. But instead of trying to kind of come here and swim and work under, maybe time up and bridge, I'm going to work on my sit-up escape. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep my frame, bring my toes in really tight, push it this way. As he puts pressure back on me, I come and I sit up. Okay? Chris will still sit back. He won't fall with me. So sit back. Yeah, he'll sit like this, right? So he might try to grab me here, try to grab me around my waist. Right, he'll try to hold me here. And from here, I'm going to take whatever leg is the easiest to entangle him with. If I can get over, I'm going to entangle him over with this leg. If my left leg can get under, which is probably the easiest for me in this case, I'm going to have my leg under. Put my hand down. Now back in my guard. Okay? One more time. So I'm here. He passed my guard, guys, but I still have my frame. He didn't get my head. Right? He didn't get my head yet. On my toes, I'm going to bridge into him. So his natural inclination is to push back. As he pushes back, I'm going to come get my collar tied. Okay? From here, I'm either going to hook over his leg, hook under his leg, maybe even hook with the other leg. Whatever leg I can grab him to prevent him from moving around. Also, this bent arm frame here is going to stop him from moving. Okay? So from here, he's going to try to move. I just scoot back and take my guard. Okay? One more time. So he passed my guard, but he didn't get full control of my head. Toes in, I bridge, I bump him over. As he pushes me back down, I go to the other shoulder and come up. From here, look where his leg is. He almost just put my hook right there. Look, you see how close it was? Here, boom. Back in the game. Okay? One more time. Yep. So he's here, he's past my guard, somehow, boom. Flat on my back. He doesn't have control of my head completely. On my toes, bump, push it back in, up. Hook, hook, hook. I have all kinds. See how much space he's giving me here? Chris, grab around my waist like tighter. Like see, now, here, I can't stay here forever, but here's the spot. This foot, push, reestablish. Good?
You use your forearm a bit on
I'm using this collar tie here. It's just like a tie clinch. I'm grabbing high over his head, not where he's strong. High, and I'm making a straight bent arm post here. So as he tries to circle around, even if we circle around like this, look. See, my hooks aren't even involved. Circle around, Chris, just to give an idea of what. See, I'm doing this. And I'm not going to be able to do it forever. He's eventually going to push me over if he gets too far behind me. Right?
Hey guys, you'll see that collar tie, you'll see that definition of line almost. That's what it is.
Good? Okay, let's do it.
Hey Josh, what happened to the heat on the ground?
What?
Ryan's like the DJ.
Yeah, he's got all the technical stuff going on. Okay, partner please, so we do the next piece here. Anybody, somebody. Chris, Al, somebody. All right, so here we are in side control. I'm going to do this side again so you can see. Come over this side right here. Okay. So this time, you know, I was here, right? And then Al now has a good position around my head. Look. Uh-oh. I don't have my frame here. Right? I don't have my frame. He's holding my head. So notice my arms, my elbows are really close and tight here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to try to push to kind of create a little space here. So I'm not just going to push with my arms, I'm going to push with my whole body. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to push in and out. But Al's going to come and he's going to start to come and try to come back towards me. Right? So as he comes back and does pressure, I can't hold here. I'm going to come here. Go to my elbow push. Okay, so once I'm here, they call it elbow push, but it's not the elbow, it's really right here inside the armpit. So from here, I immediately come up to my elbow, and then I'm going to start the hip away. So Al tries to turn back into me, whatever, it doesn't matter. He even lost his base. I'm back in my guard. Right? Let's do it again. So he's here. Notice the difference here, guys, is he's got this around my head. It's tight. I might even have to kind of cup here, pull him down, and shoulder sprint, and get this distance here first, right? It's part of our base mechanics that we do. From here, I'm going to bridge into him and give him frame out. He's going to try to come back in. As he comes back in, I'm going to fall from my left shoulder to my right shoulder. Push. Get to my elbow as soon as I can. Scoot. Get to my hand. Now from here, guys, I can stand up, possibly. I'll put your other knee down for me. No, back towards me, back. He puts his knee down, maybe his back is exposed here, right? Possibly his back exposed. If nothing else, it could be my butterfly guard with his side exposed. Okay? A lot of different things could happen here. Let's do it one more time. So again, if he's really, really tight, my elbows are in, I'll cup here on the shoulder. Shoulder sprint back. I create my frame. As he puts the pressure back down, I push, I help him. Right, if he comes in his base is like this, he's so compromised, guys. Look. Just bring him over. Right, he sits on my hip. I can just bring him over. Doesn't matter. Yes, sir.
If you do get him with his back, if you disengage, you get the points.
If you put two hooks in, you get 4 points.
Do you get the sweep if you
Well, it's not a sweep, it's an escape. It's not a sweep.
But if you, is that a sweep?
It's an escape. No? Alright, guys. Questions about the techniques tonight. Okay, so 2 techniques tonight. Different scenarios, same or very similar. Sit-up escape, one with the collar tie, one with the elbow push, elbow frame. Both very effective ways to get up from side control. Personally, I think they're a lot more effective than the more traditional ways, as opposed to like stripping out or bridging someone over. I think you can, if you invest in these techniques, I think they'll take you a lot further than those more traditional ones. Okay? Does anybody have any questions about tonight's technique? Yes, sir.
When he comes back and you go for the elbow push,
Yep.
is it reasonable to think that you can maybe get the sleeve of his other arm? Like push?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's quite possible. A lot of times when you get this, people, because you're pushing at their flank, right? In any sport, you always want to expose the side, right? You want to be your front against their side, right? That's always a good place to be. Boxing, linemen in football, anybody, if you can expose their flank to your front, that's a win, right? And that's what you're doing here with this escape. So if you can push them and you can, pull, sleeves as a push and pull scenario where they're going to tilt over. A lot of times too, because of the, I don't want to say unorthodox, but because this technique is maybe less common, a lot of people are going to react in a more dynamic fashion, where they might either retreat to their guard, simply sweep themselves because they're trying to protect themselves from the unknown, or they don't have a substantial base. A lot of you guys, just when you practice the technique, I can see that a lot of you guys are just almost just falling over because your base hasn't been developed yet.
What some people say is that don't think it's a bad position as a bad position. Think it's a bad position as an opportunity. Think it as an opportunity for the offense to clear get space and start.
Okay. Any more questions about tonight's techniques? Okay, so here's the fun part of the evening. Does anybody want to demo tonight's techniques? This helps with the learning process, guys. To be able to do it in front of a group of people, to articulate what you're doing, and for everybody else to visually see the technique one more time. It's always a good thing to enhance your cognition here. Okay. So Kush has the first one here, okay? He doesn't have full control. He doesn't have full, or does he have full? He pretty much has good head control, so it's more the second one. I'm sorry. So this would be the elbow push here. Scoots back, gets space, frames. And then there, awesome. Just completely blasted him over. So, this can happen, buddy. No, and there's no points for that. You won. No points. Okay, send me to the first one, right? So that you have the frame, they're trying to connect the head and arm control, they haven't established full control, and you come up with a collar tie. Anybody want to try? Come on, somebody remembers the first one. It was only like 25 minutes ago, half an hour ago. No one remembers? What is it? Which one? The very, we only did 2 techniques tonight. So it's not the one we just saw. It's a hint. It's an easy night. Okay, so you made a frame. You didn't have to push, guys. You can just you know, bridge into the push, right. It comes back, comes down, right. Scoots his hip away. Entangle whatever's easiest here with your legs. And then establish your butterfly guard, and he's good. Good. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. All right. Any more questions about tonight's techniques or anything else that we've gone over in the last week or so? Good? All right, guys. Let's bow, shake hands. You're free to roll around, and it is your lap time.